Good afternoon. This week, I wrote a piece on social media called "The Joys of Success and the Perils of Complacency." We were recently recognized by the Pan American Health Organization for a successful vaccination program thus far. Our new infections and hospitalization rates are down significantly, and our vaccination coverage is climbing as we continue what most would agree is a successful fight against COVID-19 thus far. We now have 77.2% of adults with at least one shot and 72.9% fully vaccinated, and the vaccination rate among our teenagers is climbing. However, this low case count and high vaccination coverage can become a breeding ground for complacency if we are not mindful. The sad occurrence of 2 more COVID deaths over the last few days should be a wake-up call and a warning to us that we are still in the middle of a pandemic and there is a deadly virus that is still circulating in our communities. The deaths continue to be among those who are unvaccinated. 23 of the 25 deaths did not have the protection that was available to them through vaccination. Sadly, we will be back here to report more deaths if persons remain unprotected. Despite the clear evidence that the vaccine protects against severe disease, hospitalization, and deaths, there is still a segment of the population that has no defensive shield against the virus because they remain unvaccinated. Getting vaccinated is not just a personal choice. Like wearing a mask, it is a personal responsibility you should and must assume in this public health crisis, because your decision not to get vaccinated has far-reaching consequences for us all. By becoming vaccinated, you are less likely to become infected, less likely to transmit the virus to others, and less likely to become severely ill. And you and your contacts are less likely to be hospitalized and overwhelm the healthcare system. More importantly, the first life you can save through vaccination is your own. Remember, it takes only an amber to start a forest fire. It takes only a single case of COVID-19 to spark a new wave of infection that can threaten our health system and push us back into increased curfews and even lockdowns. The experience of others elsewhere should be a warning to us here. Earlier this year, countries like Australia, China, Singapore, and Taiwan had high vaccination coverages, and their cases were under control. Still, in each of these countries, new outbreaks emerged as restrictions were relaxed, forcing them to re-implement restrictive measures and increase vigilance. As we slowly emerge from this third wave, many are beginning to become complacent and less vigilant with the use of the non-pharmaceuticals, wearing masks, washing and hand sanitizing, and social distance. Even as many are demanding the return to mass gatherings and contact sporting events as if the pandemic is over. While we enjoy the gains made as we attempt to rid ourselves of the stranglehold that COVID-19 has on our lives, we must not succumb to the perils of complacency. Therefore, I urge you to continue to be vigilant and not get complacent, as complacency and inaction is just as dangerous as the virus, and it gives the virus an opportunity to thrive. The vaccine is our best protection, and the higher the population coverage, the more normalcy we can achieve. We can get back to in-person learning in all of our schools. We can have a return of all sporting events and entertainment and other extracurricular activities that were put on hold due to the pandemic if we are all protected from this deadly virus through vaccination. So continue to use the non-pharmaceuticals and go out and get vaccinated if your desire is for us to move back to a sense of normalcy. Thank you.